Ladies and gentlemen, very good evening. Thank you for joining. Appreciate your time. Uh, this is a small, brief session about the upcoming PMP workshop that I am conducting. And this is in the first week of March. The whole objective of this session was to just make you acclimatize about what the PMP examination is all about. What you gain at the end of the day. I'm sure even after doing thorough research in the PMI world, probably you might have few questions. So of course we talk about your Q&A. So if you have a Q&A, please feel free to put your queries on the Q&A. Limit my session for 15-20 minutes, and then we go to the Q&A. And feel free to ask any kind of questions, right, that you have. Get all your doubts clear. Okay, with that note, let's begin. So, my name is Saurabh, and I've been in this industry from last almost 2.5+ decades now. This is my passion. So, what I do is for my passion, actually. And I've been doing this for last 15 years out of my 25 years, this facilitation as a PMP facilitator, trainer, and I've been coached to some industries as well and a consultant as well. So worked with many corporates, many MNC organizations, and hands-on projects. Even today also, I consult hands-on projects, as we speak. So that was my background. Why do we do PMP? Now, this is something which always strikes my mind. Even after having certified in 2007 and then keeping up to date till the 7th edition of the PM box, so-called, I still think, why would I have done PMP from PMI? Number of thoughts come to my mind. One, obviously, some new terms within the world of global project management, when you interact with the global stakeholders. My pain area was, to be honest with you, I wasn't aware of what a scope creep, CREEP word was before I jumped into it. And my colleagues in the United Kingdom, the colleague project managers who used to talk about scope creep, were already PMP certified. And I said, that was one specific example. I must learn this. Then I learned the world of uncontrolled scope changes. And you guys, being practicing project management as whatever role you have, you might have come across this situation where the scope is not controlled. So one of the classic pain area that I remove by becoming PMP, I become at par, at least, with my global peers. And you know what, being always a customer-facing person, and I love to be customer-facing, even today also, I am a customer-facing person. So my customers ask me such words at times where it stuns me. It's a wonderful thought process to learn further. And at times you have a PMP certified folks at your customer places as well. You might have internal customers or external customers. So when you talk about this confidently, it increases your confidence, plus it increases customers' confidence in you, in your ability to drive the project successfully. The whole preparation of yours that you're going to do, right? Almost like 300, 350 hours of investment, going to completely, mesmerize you in terms of you will never ever regret. Believe me, I still remember my milestone date of 24th September 2007, and I never would forget that preparation, because that, along with the customer, my communication increased with the customers as well, because I knew in a very standard method what kind of a communication plan that I need to build, which means the status reports, the dashboards weekly, the scorecards quarterly, how to publish, what to talk, what not to talk, right? So that helps you a lot. And it helped me a lot as well. Primarily, you do a PMP certification to make a difference, to increase the value to your deliverables, and to differentiate yourself from the others. It's core benefit of a PMP. Now let's look at other angle of it. And these are the statistics which we got recently. Look at a bracket. I'm not sure what kind of a bracket you are in, but these are current statistics of a number of years of experience that you have here and the kind of a salary that you might draw. And that of course, that's a variable, no doubt about it. These are US dollar figures, but yes, this is the median salaries. And India is not too far. Those who might be thinking, no, we don't get paid well as a project managers, probably. I'll show you something else as well in a while. And what is the benefit of getting this completed sooner? And how do we leverage this? So, irrespective of your role, you need not be project manager, my friends. As long as you are working on the projects, even as the team leads, even as of any operational managers, I in my trainings, a lot of operation managers come. In fact, one of the batches I remember, we had operation managers from many companies. In fact, not in one training, across multiple trainings, who would just do continuous operation sustenance piece, and within those they might do some projects, unique endeavors. They can also do this PMP. One of the batches I quite remember, there were two hoteliers, hotel owners. Can you believe it? Two hotel owners. I was asking them, what's in it for them for PMP? You've been hotel owners and you've been earning a good amount, good chunk. You have a good expansion in the respective towns. Why are you here? And you know what the response was? We wanted to learn standard processes of how to do the projects and wanted to make some difference to our stakeholders by doing it. They never just told me that they want to do a controlled schedule management, controls cost management. They never told me about it. But indirectly, it is what it is, right? You can control the projects better when you know about this lexicon of the standardized project management world. Who else can do this project management certification? Anybody who is involved in the projects, having minimum 3 years of experience for the graduates, around 4,500 hours of experience. This is for the graduates and plus, and 7,500 hours or 5 years for diploma holders. So not a big deal at all. Yes, Sachin. Probably chats are, probably your the voice is disabled, so you might want to just put your question in Q&A and I'll respond back at the end of the session, Arjun. Right? Just put it on a Q&A. Thank you for raising hand, Arjun. This is what about it is. This is a slide which talks about everything that we do. I personally get into all this pre, during, and post. So pre-workshop, right? You'll get some reading material, right, from ProThoughts. This is just like a tip of an iceberg to make you prepare for the 4-day workshop coming in. In addition to that, there is on the PMI website, of course, something called as PMI Code of Ethics, which you are expected to read and come prepared before the training workshop. There is some continuing certification requirements you are supposed to read. Okay? And what you get is an access to the ProThoughts material through the login ID and password. And in that, you will have all the materials copies available for you. Now, this is pre. During training, what we would refer is the one, of course, your white book, two, something like an activity book that we do. Three, you have a flashcards, okay, with you available. Fourth, you have a cheat sheets. Fifth, you have a mind maps. And sixth, you have a case study. There is a beautiful end-to-end project management case study, which has been directly put by PMI. And oh, believe me, all this material is been standardized by PMI and quality controlled and assured by PMI. ProThoughts do not create those materials in terms of or individual REPs or individual ATPs will not create this. It's been standardized across the globe by PMP or by PMI. Whichever country you go, irrespective of the countries, this materials will be same. And that's a benefit because then you, at par, you know the same terms wherever you go, right? Whether you are in Germany, whether you are in UK, whether you are in China, wherever you are. And then ultimately, post workshop, the post 4 days, you have some more things to do. And there is a full-fledged project plan that I will have for you for next 12 to 16 weeks, or maybe 8 to 12 weeks, depending on your readiness. Whole project plan is to week by week. What would you do? This will also have some tips and tricks that we talk about. Most importantly, this is the cream, right? That you would want mock exams. Just to give you a background, what is PMP examination all about? It's all about 180 questions, 230 minutes, no negative answer, no negative marking, multi-choice, multi-option questions. Now, the multi-choice, multi-option questions, that means you could have any 2 out of 5, any 3 out of 6 correct questions. There could be some fill in the blanks. There could be some match the following. There could be some graphical questions we call hotspots questions. So it's generally pretty easy. And believe me, you would be doing a PMP at the juncture where PMI since 2021 January has literally made the examination quite approachable and simpler than the earlier years by introducing agility component into the exam. So the whole examination would be broken into 50% traditional waterfall model questions and 50% will be in the hybrid life cycle model. You might be able to do some more research on your own. What is the waterfall and the hybrid? There are 3 types of life cycles, the waterfall, agile, and hybrid. So 50-50. 50 on waterfall questions, 50 on hybrid questions. And due to that hybrid questions nature, right, it's become easy for people. That's what I have seen. Now, in addition to the mock test, you have some more blogs and videos on the ProThoughts website. Also, there would be a guidance on application on last day of your training that I will do for you. I'll guide you towards the 7 step of applications, how to apply, right, and when to apply. Okay. So these are some of the things that we go through in the pre, during, and post. Feel free to put your questions on the Q&A as we keep going on. Now, what do you expect out of it? As I talked about already, right? Apart from this, what we also do is a group discussion within those 4 days. We play some kind of a games, whatever time permissible based on time availability. 4 days is too crunched generally. We play some games. The games in the sense with the project management game, of course. At the end of the fourth day, you expect to get a summary of all the models in your mind, in your brain. Now, the only challenge for you would be how to keep up with that flow during next 3 to 4 months. And this is where I will become your mentor within those 4 days. It's not difficult. A lot of people have done it, and most of them, I see that, a lot of people. I'm part of a lot of WhatsApp groups. In fact, all that I go through, and people keep saying we've passed. The grade-based, basically the PMP is a grade-based exam. It's not a mark-based or percentage-based. There are 4 grades primarily. The topmost is above target. The one below that is the target, and the third is below target, and the fourth is need improvement. So top 2, you pass, bottom 2, you fail. And I've seen maximum people actually, believe me, and I'm serious, last few months get above target. So it's not difficult, provided you are disciplined and focused enough on this. This examination taught me the discipline of study, actually speaking. After working for almost like a decade plus in the industry, I did my 2007 certification, 2007, and then what was one of the best thing, in fact, the best so far. Even my Agile certification for discipline Agile wasn't so deep enough that PNP was. And you guys have a benefit today because you have a Agile infused in it. So even if you do not know ABCD of Agile, absolutely not to worry at all. I never had it. But then, of course, thanks to the companies, I got some experience hands-on on Agile, and we got it. But those many participants who come through our programs do not have Agile experience at all, and that's okay. That's okay. That's the reason the hybrid questions are kept with a low intensity, and most of those questions are related to people. So if you understand people, and if you have a feeling for people, your EQ is higher. Questions are easy to answer. What does investment look like? Investment in terms of your approximately 3 to 4 months, 2 hours per day, 4 days of the workshop on 2 weekends, first weekend of the March, second weekend of the March, subsequent weekends in the March, first and second weekends. And these are some of the facts, guys, for PMI. I'll tell you what. Make analysis out of it. Do you see this? $1.5 million PMP globally, and this is in India. This is what's in it for you, my friends. Believe me, these are the factual figures. As of 30th November 22, the latest ones have not yet published, so they must be publishing January 31st January figures soon. But this is the fact. Less than 5%. And that holds even after 20 years. If you do a Google, one of the top certifications, top 10, I mean, you'll find the PMP. Probably this is the one of the reasons for it. PMP is very famous in India. These are some of the other certifications that PM provides today. I'll urge you to go through the pmi.org website and check it out yourself, what certifications you have. But the most the most generic one and in demand out of all this is PMP. Is PMP, not anything else. Yes, of course, Discipline Agile is really catching up well. So it's just introduced, and these are some of the high level of the Discipline Agile certifications towards uh, the professionals who have already probably gone to the coach level, right? And of course, there are a few more certifications that you could look at. The scope, I don't need to explain you the scope of the PMP. Uh, there is a huge, there is a huge turnout in India thanks to the great, uh, brilliant folks who keep doing this uh, time and again and provide feedbacks, one to each other, two, thanks to the policies of the respective countries which respect project managers, and not only just um, in any specific town but across the country. There are there is huge demand and requirements, even government of India also. So I, as a past president of Mumbai chapter, I used to deal with government of India, and especially we had a MOU signed up with Department of E-Governance. In that, I was asking them a questions, what's in it for you people? And they say that we want to be at par with the corporates. I was also, as a part of my normal, you know, uh, uh, routine stuff, I was doing a facilitation in IIM Ahmedabad. That was a defense batch. Defense batch, I was asking them, hey guys, project management, we learn from defense, typical military folks. And PMP certifications, how would you implement it after? And you won't believe the kind of answer they had. Said that we want to be the best defense in the world from India. And that's the kind of comparison they do with the global peers. The strategies they do for defense and the tactics they have, and that's amazing. I saw that. So that's what it is, guys. I'm going to probably stop for a while. These are some of the dates for the next 2 months. I'll just probably wait to see your questions. But before that, there is something for you guys. In next 24 hours, this is what it is. So offer is for you next 24 hours, right? If you do that, well, otherwise you are most welcome with whatever the fees are for the PMP, right? So this is the incredible one. If you can, this is open for 24 hours for sure. You can think about it and just leap onto this. We're happy to help, and I'm personally happy to help because this is my passion. As I say, I keep doing this not for anything else, but just my passion. So you can check my credentials on LinkedIn. Go through it if you want it on the LinkedIn. If you have any further questions or queries after today's session, of course, feel free to drop an email or contact this number. Feel free to, this is a mobile number. Okay, feel free to contact this number. Okay, so Green. Okay, thanks. So asking questions. Are you're saying is online workshop? No, this is in classroom, actually speaking, and this is being done in Mumbai. We have an online workshops, no doubt about it, and I'm sure my colleagues here on the call. I got it, Joe. I got it. The way you asked question, I got it. So we have online sessions, no doubt about it. My colleagues here can probably help you getting to know, getting the online dates. Ankit, Namita, if you can just help So with the online dates, please.
Yes, sir, I have noted it. Yes, sir, I have noted that. We'll connect with the Zoom by tomorrow.
Sure. So please connect with Zoe tomorrow and talk to.
Okay, yes.
Hey Arjun, could you please repeat the eligibility? Sure, Arjun. 3 years project professional experience in terms of being part of the project, leading the project, may not necessarily be as a project. Arjun as a project manager. Arjun could be a team lead. Arjun could be a BA. Arjun could be a ops manager, cluster manager. Arjun could be a technical SME, but quite leading the team of few technical champions within and still working on a project, supporting the project, right? 3 years minimum with that approximately goes to 4,500 hours of experience, Arjun. Thanks, Joe. Send in an email. Absolutely. Any more questions, guys? Anything else that I've not answered? Please feel free to ask as many as you can and you want. Krishnan, any questions from you? Yeah, you'll not be able to talk, but you can always put it on a chat box. I'm sorry, Q&A. If you have a question, Sanvi, anything that bothers you, you already invested this time in this today evening, and that's appreciated. Sarang, anything from your side? Switi, Trupti, Vinod, unless you are hungry, which I can understand. Yes, Trupti, please go ahead. If you can just put your questions. Oh, Arjun is asking what is nothing from all this eligibility criteria like for freshers? Sorry, Arjun, I didn't understand. Are you asking a question? Nothing from this eligibility for, okay, for freshers. Okay, I'll tell you, Arjun. There is a other certification called CAPM. We call it a Certified Associate Project Manager. That's targeted for the freshers. So you take basically 3 days course instead of 4 days for CAPM, and that's 150 questions exam, and you get the basic entry level certification from PMI, and you can check the further eligibility for that. But I'm sure that you can, as a fresher, you can, because I've been associated with many institutes as a uh, guest lecturer or guest speaker, whatever you call it as, visiting faculty, and I've been training the students who are in the college, in the postgrad, especially towards CAPM. So I did my CAPM trainings as well, and that's the reason I know this. So yeah, you can try that. You can go to pmi.org and go through a CAPM section. Get to know that. Trupti, you have a question? Okay, let me come to you. Sweetie asking, what if we have a doubt after offline training? Sweetie, that's me. None other than me. My name is Saurabh, and I get engaged till the time you are certified on the WhatsApp group that we will create for the batch, and we do for every batch. And even not even after you get certified, through sweetie, we do not close those WhatsApp group. We still be in touch with each other. And you never know who helps whom after your PMP. I've seen people sending their CVs on the group to help each other, and absolutely fine. But anyway, from exam perspective, through this period of your examination, I am going to be the person who will guide you personally. Love to. Hope that answers. Vinod said, I already completed classroom session December. Welcome, Vinod. Thank you so much. Right. Okay, perfect. So, Vinod, wish you all the best there. Good luck for your examination. I'm sure your exam is not yet done. Good luck for your exam. Feel free to ping me in case you have any more doubts, questions, please feel free. I might not be able to answer instantaneously. Just remind me that you have pinged me. Okay. No problem, Trupti. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. While traveling, you are typing. I really appreciate that. And for fees, I will let my colleagues talk it out. Ankit, you want to tell Trupti about
Uh,
what the fees, etc.
yes. So hi Trupti, very good evening. So if you see that we are running with an offer for just for 24 hours. So the offer what we are offering it's 19,900 rupees, including the GST for the classroom training, 4 days in Mumbai. If you want, I can contact you by tomorrow.
Yeah. So Trupti, Ankit can always get in touch with you and probably help you further as well. Arjun is asking, I'm eligible for PMP, but the person who's joining with me has experienced the BPO, but at an executive level for around 6 years. Okay. So, Arjun, the question is on the BPO, that means the business operations, I'm sure. And just a quick thought, and I will not misguide you guys. If he's working on any of the project within operations, there might be some projects like process improvement project, quality certificate, quality improvement projects, anything to set up within the operations or to better the operations, anything of that sort. For example, I used to do, when I used to be in a delivery, I used to do some projects within delivery. Turnaround time reduction by 30%. Classic example of a project within your operation. So if you have to increase the turnaround time to your customers, right? The response time, resolution time, for example, and that's a project that you take, or CSAT, improvement of the CSAT percentage. That's a project. Because it's a project is just like, guys, temporary endeavor undertaken, right, to achieve certain objective within fixed time and cost, no doubt, right? So within that, within the operations also, if you've done that, if he has done that, should be able to show for 3 years. If not, I would not encourage him to. Will get rejected. I'll be honest. I'll be brutally honest with you guys. I will never misguide you guys. But this is what the requirement is. The best thing is wait to get that kind of an experience and then come. Hope that's clear, Arjun. Anything else, guys? Anything else bothers you? Trupti, Arjun? Think through it. Okay, I'll still wait for another 5 minutes or so. There's no hurry. And Trupti, you're right. We only put it 4 days. 4 days classroom session, as it is a mandatory from PMI. As this is nothing but we call PDUs for PDU, meaning Project Development Unit. These are 35 PDUs that we have to put. That's a mandatory stuff. And that's 4 days are at least to summarize. Yes, sufficient enough. Because if you go beyond that, you might not even be able to capture everything. And 4 days are at times becomes really, really so stuffed for you guys that unless you keep in touch with it for the next, and that's the reason we talk about, no, we give that space. You need that, right? For example, 2 hours a day of kind of an preparation, almost 300, 350 hours of preparation before you actually give an exam. It's not the exam that you'll give, you finish off on the next Sunday, the fourth day, and you give an exam. No, you need to be thoroughly prepared after those 4 days. So that's great investment of your time. And believe me, you'll enjoy. Initially, it's if when you are, not used to, it becomes too boring at times, honestly. Then you keep it to it, you keep up with your commitment, and my push can do it. 3 months, good enough. 3 months are good enough. Sweetie has one more question. Can you guide us for interview resume preparation? Resume preparation. Yes, sweetie, why not? Feel free. In case I've got some connects. It's a human to human help, irrespective of whatever institution you apply. You are applying to ProThoughts, right? For example. But independent of that brand name, it's a human to human help. If I know some connects, let's say I know Arjun's company, I know Trupti's company, right? And why not? If there is or of course through my different connects. My pleasure to help you. Anything else, guys? Yes, so please go ahead. Put a question in the Q&A. I'll read it immediately. Oh, that's okay. Accidents could happen. Okay, if you guys don't have any more, really, really appreciate your 45 minutes of this. Even where did this 45 minutes go? Thank you so much, guys. Feel free to connect back on these numbers that you could see here, right? Ankit is there with us. Ankit will guide, can talk to one with you. And yeah, wish you good luck. You don't have any more questions? For now, have a real good evening ahead, guys. Ankit, back to you. Anything else from you?
No, I think Arjun has one more question.
Okay, sorry. Thank you so much, Ankit. I just if a person doesn't clear in exam first attempt, what are the next steps? Arjun, simple. In a year, application, when you apply for PMP certification, right? You get 3 attempts in a year. Your eligibility for 1 year. In that, you have 3 attempts. Between 2 attempts, the minimum period you should be giving is 1 month. So, God forbid, if you don't clear in first, you get chance to second. No application, no additional application required over there. After a month, you can take attempt And you can work with me on that as to what could be the strategies now. And you explain me everything that you have done in the first part. Believe me, only one person so far in my, or two out of probably 1,000 plus, had failed in the first attempt, actually, at least with respect to me. And they were asking about my guidance as to what to do, etc. And I provided my. So you can always work with me. The PMI application is valid for 1 year, and your PMP certification is valid for 3 years, which you keep recertifying every 3 years by doing a couple of things, by paying about $160 odd, almost like $10,000 INR, plus you're earning 60 PDUs for 3 years. And that's something that you don't worry about what that 60 PDUs are. They're pretty extremely simple to earn. That's what I like about those PDUs actually. That makes you keep in touch with the project management team. Trupti, PMP exam fees, I think just I think you asked this, Ankit just mentioned, right? Ankit, correct me. You mentioned 19,900
Correct, correct.
with this $1,000 as a offered for the day. So next 24 hours, which is open.
Correct.
Any more questions, guys? Arjun, hope that answers. If no, please feel free to get in touch, that email or this number. Okay? And have a fantastic evening ahead, guys. Talk to you soon. I expect to see all of you in one-to-one, except Zoe. Zoe is doing online, which is okay. I expect to see you first week of March. Thank you, everybody.